arguably be the biggest game over the weekend. Arsenal Liverpool at Anfield. Now, so many people weren't impressed with the way Arsenal set up in that game. The most vocal one was Peter Schmeichel. I shared the quotes in one of the groups we were in, the family group as well, where he said he has never wished for a team to lose a game than Arsenal because of the way it is set up in that game. That it was boring to watch. I mean, it's Arsenal, big team against Liverpool, your title rivals. You need to come out. It's more like saying he's stifling some of the players. You've got the players, you've got the Arsenal in you. So unleash these players. I don't know what you think about that.
I want to ask this question. I want to reverse the question. I would analyze. I will answer your question. Which player in that game have the capacity to go forward that is stifled? Name the player.
To be honest, I didn't even see the game because I was at the stadium.
You didn't see the game.
Yeah, I saw. I
wanted to reverse and
say.
Okay, I wanted to say, do you agree with him from what you saw? Let's put your eye test.
I didn't see the
okay, so let me deal with the question. I think that every coach goes into every game with the best tactics to get the results. So if you have been going to a place for 13 years, you've not won. Like it or not, something will be playing in your head. It's like Arsenal Chelsea for a 10 years period. No matter what happened, will be them. They went 2 goals up. Kanwako came off the bench and scored a hat-trick. I think the only hat-trick he scored for Arsenal. October of 2008. No, I don't know, but it's 1 October like that. It was the reigning period. And then Chelsea took over. After that, when bridge goal, Arsenal could not win Chelsea again. It doesn't matter what happened, Chelsea will beat Arsenal. 5-0, 6-0, 4-0, 2-0. Anyhow, no matter how the team that Arsenal present, they will win. So those things, we have seen them happen. Then there are boogie teams. Tottenham Hotspur is the boogie team for Pep Guardiola. They've won Pep Guardiola's Man City since the Pep Guardiola arrival than they've won any other team in the league, both the lower teams. Now, when you look at those kind of situations, it plays in your head. We can talk all the talk. Do you know how bad a situation would have to be for a coach to play the song of the opposition in their training ground?
Yeah.
No, think about it for a minute. Do you know how terrible, how scared of the opposition you have to be that you have to start creating those situations, those scenarios to make it happen? The only people who think that Arsenal is better than Liverpool because of this signing are the ignorant Arsenal fans who are delusional. Not all of them, but those ones. Let's play the card of Liverpool versus Arsenal properly. Liverpool lost Darwin Núñez, right? What's the guy that went to Bayern?
Luis
Diaz. Diego Jota died. God rest his soul and that of his brother. Last season, Liverpool had 29 players, 27 players registered, plus their youth players and the rest of them. Arsenal had, all in all, 23. The squad was not complete. Then there was injury and the rest. Arsenal struggled and came second. In the history of the Premier League, no team have come second 4 consecutive seasons. So there's also a burden on Arsenal to retain their second position. Having said that, Liverpool won the league last season with a lean squad that Jurgen Klopp left. This season, they've reinforced and still reinforcing the Isaac announcement to be official maybe before this show runs out. Right? And the core of their team still remains. People say, oh, they don't have left fullback and right fullback. Arsenal should have overrun them. No. The football is not like that. A venue, a place where you go to and you always struggle, that mental block will be there. Arsenal have played 2 games this season, scored 6 goals before that game and not considered any. This game, the best thing that the way Liverpool set up with, we will try and nick a goal if we get it, but we will not lose this game. That's how they set themselves up. Yeah. Arsenal had Noni Madueke, an attacking player. Gabriel Martinelli, an attacking player. The Victor Gyökeres that everybody say, if once we get a striker, Arsenal's problem is solved. I keep on. I always tell you that Arsenal's problem is not attack. Arsenal's problem is in that number 10 position. I have said it times that number. Now I'm sounding like a broken.
Where do you think they lost the game on Sunday? Where was the
substitution was what killed Arsenal. That game was going to. If they played that game for 2 years, it was going to end in a draw. Then Mr. 4 touches before you make a pass came in, and then the game died. I saw the glimpse. I mean, I'm not one of those who supported the signing of Eberechi. I don't think it was a player we need. I would have gone
the most exciting signing for majority of Arsenal fans.
I am a media person. We can make shit look like diamond if we want to. I not feel fall for the thing why I know say now we all trained to do. Let me give you a very vintage example. 90% of the people who hate Russians have never been to Russia, have never met a Russian person once. Cannot differentiate Russian language from Ukrainian language or from German language. They don't know. Why do they hate them? TV, Hollywood, media. Media have always put Russians as bad people. If not for the love of Italy through the Catholic Church, Rome, the traveling, everybody think that an Italian is a mafia. True or false?
Mm-hmm.
It is media. Media can groom you to hate somebody that have no problem with you. So leave all those one. The presentation, fantastic. Everything good. But my own take is, when I grew up watching football, let's even take Manchester United. Paul Scholes played from 92 till he retired. I can't remember him being out of football for a very long time. And even when he goes out of football, when he comes back, he's there. But Ryan Giggs, the same thing. Oh, all these players. Now, you are trying to upgrade your team. You're trying to get to the point where you're winning titles. And you got a player who, in his history, as good as talented as he is, in his history has not played 10 consecutive good games in a season. Like, where you play above 50%, like Fabregas in his day, Ashley Cole, Thierry Henry, Didier Drogba. Has not been able to do that. And that's the guy who you want to upgrade. It's a problem. The core of Arsenal, the major piece of Arsenal problem was at number 10, Martin Odegaard. Odegaard is a clog in the wheel of progress of Arsenal. But everybody seems to side-spin it, like, go round it. And then the suggestions are like, Maestro Skelly will come back to midfield. That's why we got Nkapie. They should play it anyone. I'm not one of those who believe that they should play it anyone. We saw when the heat for the kitchen hot, we saw the 15-year-old do they say every game he come now he win penalties. He couldn't dribble past anybody. He was dribbling himself. And it's Kekes that he was facing. So the thing is, in big games like this, sometimes some young players will just come in one game and perform. Javier Portillo is one of them for Real Madrid. The other guy for Macheda, what's his name, for Manchester United. But those are one-off moments. We want players who can play consistently. And I don't see Eze as that guy. But yesterday's game, I don't blame him. I like where he caught the ball pass. He was one of those who were really progressing. But you see, Martin Odegaard kills transition. Quick counter-attack. And in that game where both sides are playing with handbrake on, are playing cautiously, playing, we can lose the ball forward, but we must not lose our defensive shape. You need a player that is quick thinking. And once they introduced, Arsenal was on the ascendancy before Odegaard came in. Odegaard came in and Liverpool took over the whole thing. And if you backtrack to how we consider that free kick, whereas we mainly consider free kick pick up Arsenal's first yellow card in the game, to the wonderful that Szoboszlai free kick is incredible. You can't blame anybody. You can't fault goalkeeper. You can't fault the defense line. You can't fault anybody for it. It's one of those you live for. Those are the kind of goal you want them to score on the final day of the season that you win it, or the Champions League finals or FA Cup finals, and then that wraps it up, or the World Cup finals, right? It's one of those that even Zidane or Panabucano or Andre Pirlo will be like, whoo, he hit the woodwork. You understand? But the thing that led to that free kick was Martin Odegaard had the ball, faded to the right, looking for Saka that was not there, tried to come to the left again. Then by the time he gave the ball to Declan Rice, you can see that Declan Rice have lost hope of the ball. It was flat-footed, and that's how, his control took the ball to the throw-in. It was a throw-in that led to the move that won the foul for Liverpool. And then the whole, let's blame Arteta, let's kill this person. Take away that free kick, that game is a draw. Would you be angry if you draw against the defending champion of the Premier League? So you don't see any sense in any
of Peter Schmeichel's comments
no, I don't see any sense
the game?
I don't
say Arsenal brings an ugly brand of football to the game and
why?
stuff like that.
Oh, you know why? You know why I don't see sense in it? And I'm going to go back to Wenger. People love that Arsenal that go all out attacking that they can beat 8-0. And then they will now shift the conversation to, this is a beautiful football. This is what we love about the Premier League. It doesn't matter who you are. They can score goals against you. Arteta not there for that one. Arteta started his coaching career like a Pep Guardiola wannabe. He quickly realized that he not get the players well. And then he evolved,
saw him as,
and he evolved into Diego Simeone. For the past 2 seasons now, those who are not seeing it, now them they watch ball. I've been saying this. This guy has evolved. What did I say to you guys that Andre Bata will sack Arteta and bring in Simeone to Arsenal? Have I not predicted this thing before? Yeah. Once he came in, I said, the way he's doing this business is signing Simeone-like players. And if Arteta cannot step up to the plate and give the maximum Simeone and become a low budget Simeone, they will sack him at the end of the season. If he doesn't win anything, he'll be fired. His setup right now is good for the Champions League. This is the kind of setup that will take you to the finals of the Champions League, right? But forgetting that when Simeone went to the finals of the Champions League, the old format was what was existing. This format too can leave you behind, not as a result of any fault of yours. And then look at the group that they put them in with Atletico, with Bayern. They cannot go this one unbeaten. No. They go beat them. But that said, is evolved. So anybody who comes in to watch Arsenal, there is still that swashbuckling, free-flowing. They still have Thierry Henry in their head. They still have Van Persie in their head. They still have Jose Antonio Reyes, Cesc Fabregas, Kleb, Mesut Ozil, all those beauty still stay in their head. So they are watching Arsenal play through the eyes of those people. But those teams went from great to good to bad to worse, horrible like that they couldn't even make the top 4. They were not ending in 8. That's what they want. But Arteta is building a team that resembles the George Graham Arsenal. Boring Arsenal, but they win. So if you sit here and you say, oh, that's the worst game, you played against Bolton Wanderers, Peter Schmeichel. You played against Stoke City. You played against Hull. You played against some useless, very horrible team in the Premier League, and you think this Arsenal team. And then there's another school of thought that says, oh, Liverpool have conceded 2 goals in each game from the Community Shield to the first 2 games of the season. 2 goals and Arsenal went there and sat back. If to say Arsenal try and no sit back, Arsenal for concede 4. Because those same people are forgetting to tell you that when Bournemouth, is it Bournemouth they played first game?
Yeah, first game.
How many did Bournemouth concede? When they scored that 2. How many goals did they concede?
2 more.
They concede 4.
Yeah, 2 more.
Fulham that scored, how many did Fulham score against them? Who did they play their second game?
They've not played Fulham.
Who did they play their second game?
It was...
Fulham Man United.
Yeah, it was Bournemouth first game. I'm trying to remember who they played. Newcastle. Yeah, Newcastle, yeah.
Newcastle came back and scored 2. How did the game end? 3-2.
3-2, yeah.
So Arsenal for play like that, wait till they for talk. The same people for still tell you, oh, Arteta not get sense. He don't know say this is a place where Arsenal they go where they need to win. He should have been conservative. Serve from that spectacular free kick.
Always produce goals. You know, it's a kind of
you understand?
Goals game.
Serve from that free kick. Do you realize that since Arne Slot came to Liverpool, it's only 1 game where he's played in the Premier League and he didn't score.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest 1-0.
That's the record, yeah.
So all of a sudden that team just have to go bad because you are Arsenal and you're coming to Anfield. I mean, there are times when I will sit down and really hammer a coach like, well, this coach is rubbish. This coach did not do this, did not do that. He set up his team to get the best result. To be very honest, an Arsenal team going to Anfield, best result is a draw. Go back to your ground and beat Liverpool. But going to Anfield now, currently, is a draw that you can get. Because you have so many new players who are still trying to get to grip with the pace of the Premier League. Your Corres, your mainstay in midfield, Zubimendi and the rest of them. And then you have Martinelli, who I am his number 1 backer, but right now I've given up on him, who's faded pictures. And then you have Merino, who's caught between lines now. You say why I say I don't like utility players. He's caught between lines. We don't know if he's in number 10, in number 4, in number 9, in number 8. Exactly, we don't know anymore. And all of that happening. And then Declan Rice's form has dropped. After, playing well against Madrid, his form has dropped.
So what's your midfield preference in that Arsenal? You've talked about Odegaard, how he makes too many one touches before he decides. So an ideal scenario for you, that number 10 position, what will it be?
Player for Paris Saint-Germain that I thought Arsenal would do everything to get, or the guy that played behind your Corres for FC Porto. Obviously, the money would have been too much. That's another player that I thought Arsenal would go for. I'll play there because Arsenal does not have a creative player in midfield. Understand? Arsenal does not. If anybody thinks that Odegaard is in number 10, my grandmother is a better player than Odegaard. Right? Then you have...
Is that why they brought Eze? To bring that creative
spark? Eze is more of help in the wide and then come into the middle. Be inverted wide man.
Okay,
an inverted wide man. That's not. I don't think Eze was signed. Yes, he's wearing number 10 jersey, but I mean, Gala's won number 10 jersey, so to hell with numbers. I think he's brought in to add bodies to the team. One of the good things that Arteta has done is that he's add more bodies to the team. If you look at the squad right now, it's richer than that. Like in terms of quality, you look at the team and you say, oh, Arsenal still have Saka not playing, still have Odegaard on the bench. When first half, still have Eze on the bench. Okay, that's a better one compared to back in the day when you want to bring in Miles, what's it called? Ashley Miles, Niles, or Nielsen, some very, very funny players. I think there are bright spots from that game that I look at and say, whoa, Mascara came in the first half, 26th or 30th minute of the game to replace the best defender, one of the best defender in the Premiership in the last 3 seasons, in Saliba, and held his own well. Like, if you've not played against a player like Ikatike, you won't understand how restless that guy is. He's playing for his soul. You just signed for a club and next thing they are going for Isak, and it looks like all the things you're doing is useless. If Isak comes, you're going to... That guy was playing for his life, and Mascara was able to hold him down, like hold his own. If not for the free kick, he had a good game. As far as I'm concerned, being thrown into the thick of the action like that, nobody signed him to come and do that. I think that was a good one too. Timbers was not in his elements in the game too, but saying that Arteta held them back, like, I'm wondering, like, what was he really supposed to do that he didn't do? And then the people who are saying it's in Nwaneri, I will not play it in Nwaneri that game. I will not sub him in, because most times when he comes in, you see him shooting waywardly, no precision, no direction, just that youthful exuberance. It's good for his age, but it's not good for the stage that we're in right now. Mature player, like, he's a kid, but he's matured. He's my Luis Kelly, maybe because he's playing close to goal. But you can still notice that he commits more fouls and he picks more card, and all those are dangerous. For his age, he's even good. But it's in one area, yes, when the team is coasting, is the guy you need. So come in and do well. All those Mazdalma, they should go and play Carabao Cup. Oh, come and tell me that this 50-year-old one. I don't need all those age records. He doesn't give you any trophy. Israel, the youngest player in the Premier League, played for Arsenal. The youngest penalty winner, played for Arsenal. The youngest goal ever scored in the Premier League. I'll leave all those nonsense. Those are not trophies.
Well, just 3 match days into the Premier League, only Liverpool, maximum points from all 3 games, 3 wins.
Man City
from
lost
3,
two games back to back. Nobody's talking.
So after that fantastic start they had, we thought, okay, this is the Man City we know. But we'll keep our fingers crossed. Still early days in the season. A lot can change. A lot can happen.